Hello friends, thanks so much for being with us today. I'm so glad you could join us because I'm very excited to share with you some product ideas that I hope you'll find useful. My name is Elise. If you're new to the channel, I want to welcome you. I'm a professional working makeup artist who's passionate about helping those of us who are 50 plus look and feel our confident best, so we look on the outside how we feel on the inside. So today's video is specifically talking about products that are not only little known but oh so good, but also work really well for those of us with mature skin who are over 50, over 60, 70 or beyond. You'll find new videos on my channel every Thursday, and I do hope you'll subscribe. I would love it if you would. And also, if you hit the subscribe button and then hit that bell icon to the right below the video, you'll be notified every time a new video is available. And I thank you so much in advance if you choose to do that. I don't know if you've ever had this experience, but I certainly have, where sometimes I've walked into a Sephora or an Ulta and I feel like a deer caught in headlights because there are so many different brands and so many different products. And it can be really intimidating to find what's going to work for you. And even walking into a Target or a Walmart or your local Walgreens cosmetic aisle, those have grown exponentially as well, more and more products being added. Not only are there a tremendous number of brands available, but an incredible number of products within each brand. In fact, I worked for a number of years for a major cosmetic line that had 14 different foundations, and that's not uncommon. So trying to find something that really works well for you can be a tricky business, and that's why I thought it would be fun to share some of my favorites. I think sharing is sort of a time-honored tradition among us women, so I thought it might be a good idea to share some of my favorites, and I hope you will share some of your favorites as well in the comment section below. So let's dig in. I first want to share with you a lip liner. Now, thank goodness lip liners are one of those cosmetic products where you don't have to break the bank to find a good lip liner. There are some good inexpensive ones, and I've used this one for years, and it's a Revlon Colorstay lip liner. This particular one is in a wine color, and what I love about it is it goes on easily. It just glides on. It's long lasting and it doesn't break off very easily. Obviously you don't want to screw it out to a long length, but I have worked with some drugstore brands that have come recommended to me that break off so easily. This one does not do that, so I really like it. I like the formulation, I like how easy it is, and I like the cost factor. Now, I did look online and I saw prices for lip liners ranging from $3.84 to $9.99, at least for this particular Revlon Colorstay variety. The other thing that is interesting about it that is not as good is that it doesn't come in a wide variety of colors or shades. I do wish they had more options available, but unfortunately they don't. But you will find basic colors from neutrals to wines to more of a brown tinge color. There are some, but just not a huge variety. All right, moving on to the second product I want to talk about. It is a Lip Lock Crayon is what it's called, and it's by e.l.f. Cosmetics. I'll show this to you. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you've probably heard me talk about this little guy because it really makes a huge difference. If you have a problem with lipstick that feathers or migrates into fine lines around your lips, this can be a lifesaver. So what I recommend is taking a concealer first and widening your lips, stretching them out like this, putting concealer around the very edge of your lip line, top and bottom, and then applying a little bit of this Lip Lock Crayon. And let me show you what it looks like. It is a white, waxy kind of formulation. And the reason I recommend putting on concealer first is that if you just put on the Lip Lock Crayon, it will leave a white ring around your lip. So if you put concealer on first and blend the Lip Lock Crayon into the concealer, it will look just fine. And what that does is it creates a barrier because it fills in those fine lines so the lipstick isn't as likely to migrate. And by the way, the other thing you can do is add a lip liner on top of the Lip Lock Crayon and concealer. That will also help provide that barrier that will keep lipstick from feathering or migrating. So this is a great little product, and the other good news about this product is that it is only $3. And unfortunately, I've not been able to find it in any brick and mortar stores. Now, that may be different in your part of the country, but I have certainly not found it. I've looked in several different states and I've never seen it, but it is available online for $3. And of course, at that price, I usually buy several at a time because I do find myself going through this. And in my work consulting with individuals and helping them with their makeup, many women our age do run into this problem, so I do keep it in my regular makeup kit as well. All right, the third product is an eyeshadow base or primer. And what's important about eyeshadow bases or primer, if you've never used one, there are two really outstanding purposes for them. One is that we have very oily eyelids. And actually mine have gotten oilier as I've gotten older, which I can't quite figure out because the rest of my skin has gotten drier. But what happens if you put eyeshadow on without an eyeshadow base or primer, often what happens is you'll see that oil coming through and it results in eyeshadow creasing or smudging. I know that happened to me for years and years before eyeshadow base or primer was even invented. And I tried everything. I tried putting on foundation on my eyelids. I tried putting on concealer. Nothing kept that oil from seeping through on my eyelids. So an eyeshadow base does wonders because it can keep that eyeshadow in place for 24 hours without any creasing, without any smudging whatsoever. But the other thing it does, and this is particularly important for those of us who are 50 plus, because what happens is our eyelids get thinner as we get older. And when they get thinner, we're more likely to see veining in our eyelid area or to see discoloration of some kind in our eyelid area. So what you can do with an eyeshadow primer or base, and I do recommend getting one that has a color to it, not a clear one, and getting a color that matches roughly your skin tone. Because what the eyeshadow base will do is it will cover up any of that discoloration on your eyelid, and that makes a huge difference. Also, if you're just running out the door in the morning or in the afternoon and you don't want to spend a lot of time putting on a lot of different eye makeup, what you can do is just put on the eyeshadow base and maybe a little mascara and an eyebrow pencil, and that could be it. The reason I suggest that is the eyeshadow base, because it covers up the discoloration, it makes our eyes look brighter and larger. And that can really be a game changer for a lot of us. So let me tell you about this particular eyeshadow base. My very favorite, I have to admit, is from a brand called Urban Decay. And they make an eyeshadow primer potion, they call it, and in a color called Eden. They make several different formulations and colors, but the one Eden is closest to my skin color. They do make a darker color as well. That's my cult favorite, I guess, but it's fairly expensive, although it does last a long time. This little guy runs a close second. It's by a company called Essence. It's available, I know, at Ulta and probably most drugstores. And it's called I Love Stage eyeshadow base. And it really does work well. And the other good news is it costs only $3.49. So highly recommend it. And as you can see, it will last for quite a long time because you only need just a slight bit on your eyelids and before you blend it in to really make it work well. Okay, product number 4. Bottom eyelashes can be an issue if you try to put mascara on them. I don't know if any of you have had this happen to you, But often when I've tried to put some mascara on my bottom eyelashes, I end up looking like a raccoon. The mascara ends up underneath my eyes in addition to on my eyelashes. Well, I have finally found a remedy for that. And I want to mention actually two things that help with that. One is to also put on a bit of powder under there first, but really it depends on the mascara that you use. The real secret on what will work best with mascara on your bottom lashes is actually the size of the mascara wand. I want to show you this particular mascara. It's called Bottom Lash Mascara, and it's made by Clinique. And what is unique about it, obviously the size is small, but look at the size of the brush. It is tiny, and that's what makes all the difference. And frankly, I can't figure out why most makeup lines don't carry something like this, because it makes life so much easier to put that mascara on those bottom lashes. Also, it works great for those inner upper lashes as well that are smaller. So highly recommend this. My only frustration with this is that they used to make a brown color as well as a black color, but they've discontinued the brown. So it's only available in the black at this point. But still, it's a really good investment. It lasts a long time, and it is $12 in cost. Next product, number 5, is a blush product. For most of us who are over 50, I highly recommend cream blushes as opposed to powder blushes, because as our skin gets drier, sometimes putting on powder blush can look a little splotchy and not blend in quite as well. So what avoids that and what it looks seamless on our cheeks is a cream blush. But cream blushes can vary a great deal in terms of how easy they are to apply. So I would recommend one that is creamy and glides on easily, and those are not all that easy to find, but here's one I have found that I highly recommend. Now this happens to be a palette, whoops, there we go, that's a little better, it doesn't glare quite as much. This happens to be a palette of 5 different colors ranging from a light pink to deeper pinks to corals and a deep orange brown. You can buy these individual colors separately as well, which is wonderful. So this entire palette costs $30, but you can buy each of these colors in a single format for only $12 a piece. The other thing I just want to mention about the blush that's important is where we put the blush as we get a little bit older, because for many years we all heard that putting it on the apples of our cheeks was the best thing to do. But ladies, where have those apples gone? Let's be honest. Now works a little bit better to fight against gravity and to put the blush on the middle part of our cheekbone from about here on up. So we're lifting the eye area and the whole cheek area by doing that. So I highly recommend a cream blush or a liquid blush. There are also some good liquid blushes out there. One other thing I want to recommend, if you end up going with a stick blush, and there are a lot of good ones out there, what can help with applying it is if you take a little bit of moisturizer and put it on the back of your hand, put a little drop of moisturizer on the back of your hand, and then when you dip into the blush with your finger, next dip into that moisturizer on the back of your hand, just a tiny bit of it, and then apply it to your cheek area. It will make that blush glide on so much more easily. Also, what it does is give you an added bit of glow to that cheek area, which can be very flattering as well. Okay, moving on to our last product. This is a multi-use product, and I just happened to look at where I usually buy it, and it's on sale, which is good, but it also makes me nervous because I think they may be discontinuing it, so I may have to jump in and buy another one. This happens to be a product by the makeup artist Laura Geller. It is called a Baked Highlighter Duo, and let me open this for you. As you can see, it's 2 different colors. The lighter color is called French Vanilla, and the other color is called Portofino. And the French Vanilla is matte. The Portofino has a little bit of glow to it, which is actually gorgeous as a highlighter. But I particularly get a lot of use out of the French Vanilla. I love to put it on my eyelid area to open up my eyes, to make them look bigger. I love to put it underneath the arch of the brow. That lifts your eye area. I also, as I mentioned earlier about the bottom lash mascara, I love to put either a little bit of powder under my bottom lashes before applying the mascara, or use a little bit of the French Vanilla right under that lash area. It makes that lash area brighter, as well as protecting it a little bit as well. So highly recommend this. There are a lot of uses for this. Comes in very handy. The original price was $43, and it's now on sale, at least as of the time of making this video, which is probably a few weeks before when you're actually going to see it. It's on sale for $24 on Laura Geller's website. Laura Geller's products are also carried on QVC. I did not see it on the QVC site. They used to carry it, so that also makes me feel that this may be being discontinued. Well, that's all we have in the way of products for today. I hope you find these suggestions helpful. And if you do, I hope you'll give this video a thumbs up, and that you'll also share it with anyone you feel who might also find some of this information helpful. I'd also love to encourage you in the comment section below to let us know what some of your favorite Holy Grail products are. It's wonderful to share that kind of information with each other, so I would appreciate it if you could share your very best choices for your favorite products as well. Thanks so much for joining us today. I hope you'll be with us next Thursday for our next video, and in the meantime, I hope you stay happy and healthy and have a fabulous rest of your day. Take care.